Hey guys, today we're here with Joe White that got
Sixth place.
sixth place with...
Pure SalamanGREAT in the new format.
Okay, let's get into the profile.
Of course. So yeah, I played Pure today. So we played Free Flowing Buffalo. This card's just insane, just deck fins. This is kind of the new theme of Sala with Heat Code Talk, it's just deck fitting to all your hand traps and cards. So yeah, we maxed out like any cards and just deck fit us. So yeah, Free Buffalo, Free Spinny, Free Foxy. I just kind of want to max out on the really good Sala cards, the good Sala cards that I can picture of like Mining, Buffalo, like cards like Droplet, like all cards that have like synergy engraved but also good to see in your opening hand. Then I play 2 Yugioh because I'm playing Desire, so I don't want to just play one. And then I played the 1 Gazelle, 1 Falco, and 1 Foul. Babushka is insane in this format because it gives Despia a really hard time to out it. They have to hard draw Super Poly and a way to Fallen, and even then it's kind of like negging themselves just to try to start playing their deck, and that's not with me playing any of my hand traps, my interruptions. So I kind of just wanted a way to get a rank 4 always, and now that Circle's at 3, I've got really flexible ways of getting to Foul. Then I played only 2 Power Elixir. I did miss the third one, but I just couldn't find space for the third one, and this isn't really like a card I always want to see. This wasn't like, I'm playing Power Elixir deck, I want to draw it. It's like, it's a nice card to draw into, it's nice opening, but I cannot open just like engine cards, and I kind of just want to draw into this. There never really had any issues with Desires, because I'm kind of making Desires the last card I activate, so they banish all my cards, so 2 was fine. Then for the hand traps, I played 3 Ash, 3 Crow, 3 Vela, and I also played 3 Infinites. This is kind of like a hand trap deck now because of Heat Style, where you get to draw 1 in your turn and 1 in your opponent's turn. So I kind of just wanted any cards that I could draw that I could instantly play. And Ash is just generically good by itself. Impem's really good right now. Vela's nice in general, it's nice to draw into. And Crow was really good this event, like not just for Despia, but other decks in general is quite just flexible. It's better than Bell because it's better against Brandon and Loss. And yeah, realistically, this was just really good. I was quite happy that it was DD Crow over Bell. For monsters, for spells, I played 3 Silent Mining, 3 Circle, max out consistency cards. These cards are nice to draw into Heat Codes, they're just really nice to have. I played 3 Droplet. This deck, I was terrified of Despia, so I kind of wanted cards that are good against Despia going second. Because even if I like Fade or Ash them, they can still make a really just subpar board, or just maybe a Mirror Jade or just a Wayne's Chimera. So I want cards that are good against that going second. And this card's also just like good in general. And like discarding your SalamanGREAT cards or your dead hand traps are fine. So I want to play this because it's just very flexible. 2 Desires now. I love this card. Can't wait for it to come back to 3. And then yeah, just 1 Sanctuary, and then 1 Rage, 1 more. Yeah, these are both really good. I see people cutting Rage, but this card was just phenomenal for me this weekend because it's just nice to have the flexibility of these cards.
Any regrets in the main deck?
No, honestly, the main deck was really good. I might try find a way to put a 3rd Power Elixir, but like, this deck was just great. Like, every card I love playing, and I honestly probably wouldn't change it besides trying to find a 3rd Power Elixir.
Alright, cool.
Move on to the extra deck. Just the staple 3 Sunlight Wall, 3 Variants. I only played 1 Yugioh. It's not that great this format. There's not really a lot of track that's going around, and even if there is, like, you've got Foxy and other good cards to play through the back row. So I only played 1 of this, and I never really missed the second one, to be honest. Like, I was honestly thinking about cutting this because it rarely ever came up. But even today, it came up once, and it just wasn't even that good. I would probably like rather than Phoenix or just another generic link to go into. I just played 1 Heat Code. This card is phenomenal. This card at bare minimum draws you 2 cards. And it's always good because even if you open this, say just Yugioh can go into this and start trying to draw you even more engine cards, which happened a lot this weekend. I would have like a subpar hand, and then this would draw like Circle, Mining, and then I can continue playing to have like a Babushka or traps. And if they can't clear this card through your board of like 2 hand traps and maybe a Babushka, it just keeps generating you value. So this deck has a really good turn 3 now with this card. I'll play Splash Mage. This card's really good if Heat Code because if you draw like Spinny, like any of these cards now, you can just special them from.
Would you play a second Splash Mage in the future?
No, the second never really came up. Like, besides the Yugioh space, this deck select's actually fairly tight with cards I don't want to cut. So yeah, the second never really came up. Then I kind of just play, the standard Access Code package. This package is phenomenal. It's probably one of the reasons the deck is good. I played 1 Link Reaper because in your normal combo, you'll make Sunlight Wolf and then have like a normal just monster to link off. And Heat Code needs a different attribute, so you just link off the 1 and then make Heat Code. And then I just played Babushka, Yugioh, Yeah, this card's insane. This card's really, really good this format against Flunder, Despia, and just other decks in general. I think it's one of the main reasons this deck's pretty powerful now, because it can make it quickly. And go on to the side, I played 3 Nibiru. I just like really generic hand traps like Nibiru. I wanted to side in against like just random decks that overcommit. I just kind of wanted that general hand trap that's good against everything, but it's not that great against Despia. But I feel like my main deck's already like good enough with 15 cards for Despia, so I kind of want just generic hand traps.
And paired with Vela or Imperm, right?
Vela or Imperm, you can just hold it to the end phase and just wipe their board and then just kill them with the access code. I played 3 2 and 1 Feather Duster. I'm not too scared of back row decks with this deck or this format in general, but I always want to have these cards just in case. This deck is not a lot of spell cards that you need to have to activate, but like, if they have anti-spell, I kind of want to be able to draw a Chainable out. 3 Token Collector. I thought there'd be a lot of Soul Soul today because that deck's pretty good right now, so I just wanted Token Collector. And Soul Soul is an interesting matchup. I wouldn't say it's a bad matchup, but sometimes if you don't draw that hand trap, it's quite hard to play through it. And then I played 5 playing first cards, 3 anti-spell, 2 D-barrier. As I mentioned earlier, this deck now can draw a lot of ways of Heat Code and Buffalo. So I wanted going first, because I'm already playing enough hand traps, I want to be able to see one of these blowout cards. And I chose 3 anti-spell because obviously it's really, really good against Despia, but it's like one of the more generic cards that I can side in against everything else. But D-barrier, it is a blowout, which they can change you sometimes, but it's only good against Despia and really that's it. So I kind of wanted the more generic card. And I only had space for one of these 3 off, so I decided to cut this one for the more generic card.
Okay, cool. So congratulations, Joe White.
Thank you.
Any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to Zero Games, our best team in the world. Shout out to Hab Shah for theorising the car with me. I hope you did well today. And yeah, that's it.
Any cards that you borrowed? Any shout outs?
No, I think I own all these cards and didn't borrow them off the car, so.
Okay, cool. Alright, thank you. Hope to see you next time.